Hi, it's Joel, and it's great to be with you guys. Joel Goldberg, that is. Anyway, last year I was in India with my wife, and I sent you an email regarding my thoughts about the stock market for 2008, and my recommendations for 2008 were to basically get totally out of the stock market because of the risks that I saw. When I was an investment advisor in the 1970s, I created what I called the pendulum theory of economics, and that is basically that the economic cycle goes from just a natural swing or an arc from fear to greed, greed to fear, and that arc cannot be stopped midway, just like a pendulum cannot go halfway down, it has to go all the way down. And my fear last year was that basically the pendulum was at an incredibly high level of greed. We were seeing enormous amounts of risks in all kinds of financial markets, all the way from the real estate bubble that had just started to develop to commercial real estate to deals, corporate deals such as the Chrysler deal, etc., that were being made that had no economic benefits or long-term value. And my concern was that basically the greed factor got so high that now the pendulum would swing, and unfortunately the pendulum would swing to such an equal level on the fear side that it would really be devastating for the stock market. I was hoping that my recommendations would be wrong, but unfortunately they came true, and at the present time, in terms of the pendulum swing that we're in right now, we're probably at the extreme end of the fear side, and it could go higher, but we're definitely very high up on the fear level of owning investments in the stock market. The reason I'm making you this video and this presentation is I care about you, and I also don't want you to be liquidating your stocks at the wrong moment in time. I feel actually it's a wonderful time to be owning stocks. And why would I feel it's a wonderful time? Well, first of all, that when I was an investment advisor, again back in the 70s, the most difficult part about being an investment advisor was going against the crowd. When the crowd was full of greed and optimism, it was very difficult to be selling stocks, not owning a piece of America. Same thing could apply to any kind of investment. It could be real estate. Everybody is euphoric. Everybody has all these logical reasons. The economy's doing well. Whatever it is, there's all these reasons to be owning, and normally that's the point where it's the time to be selling. On the other end of the spectrum is when fear takes hold. There's always a lot of good reasons why fear is taking hold. The unemployment statistics are high. Jobs are being lost, corporate profits are down, corporations are downsizing, tremendous amount of fear. As Warren Buffett said recently, when people get greedy, he gets fearful, and when people get fearful, he gets greedy. It's a very difficult thing to do. It's very hard to go against the crowd. And right now, if a person was to either own stocks and hold those stocks or to buy stocks, it's difficult because the fear level is so high. What makes me optimistic is there's several reasons. The first reason is that during the last 8 years of the current administration, which is about ready to leave office in about 28 days, that unfortunately the middle class basically lost a substantial amount of their buying power. And as you know, my wife and I own Great Hawaii Vacations, and the one thing that makes our business successful is not being rich, it's the middle class that's able to buy trips from our company. And the same thing is true for the overall economy. When the middle class is financially doing well, then they're able to buy things, and by buying things, the business class tend to do very, very well. So it's a win-win situation. So right now, as we're coming into the new year, there's opportunities or events that are taking place that are going to help the middle class substantially. The first one is the price of oil is down sharply from $147 a barrel of oil to current levels are in the $30, $38 range. Translated in the price of gasoline from $4 a gallon, depending where you live, to in the wherever it is, $2 plus range. That brings buying power back to the middle class. The second thing that's going to happen is the change of administration, and that is with Barack Obama coming into office on January 20th, that he is basically going to implement a middle-class tax cut or rebate or holiday. They haven't defined what they're going to be doing, But basically, he's been very good with his word. All you have to do is look back on what he's saying in his campaigns, and you can tell what he's going to be doing. And so definitely, you're going to see the middle class getting more money from a middle class tax cut or holiday. And the third thing that really will start to drive money to the middle class will be reduction in interest rates for mortgages. Mortgage interest rates now are about 5.1, 5.2%, and it's my belief that through the government efforts, they will drive those interest rates down into the low 4s, 4.5 range, and either that will help people that currently own homes to be able to refinance their homes, and by refinancing again, that gives more money to the middle class. So what's going to happen in the near term is basically the middle class is going to start to feel more wealthy because they've got 3 revenue streams coming towards them. Also, the big problem that started this financial problem was the decline in real estate values, or the overbuilding that took place, and also by interest rates coming down, basically mortgage rates coming down. This will give people an opportunity to buy homes at very affordable rates. So the bottom line is that I'm very enthusiastic with the stock market from the standpoint of just literally reinvigorating the financial well-being of the middle class. The second thing that's going to really help our country is basically the change in administration. And I don't mean to be political here, but basically we're in for, I think, a golden period of opportunity for the United States in the coming years ahead with the Obama administration. The reinvigoration of science. I think that we will see great things happening in the auto industry with energy conservation. I really believe Obama's going to tackle that one. I think we're going to end up, I could go on and on and on, but basically I think we will see great things happening with the administration in the coming years ahead. So anyway, anybody that is currently holding stocks, my friends, I would recommend you don't sell your stocks at the present time. And anybody that's thinking of adding to their portfolio or buying stocks, I think eventually it'll be a very good time, probably in the near future. It doesn't mean that we're not going to be going through some tough times ahead for probably the next couple months, because when the government starts to spend more money or starts to loosen money, basically it doesn't mean that it instantly comes into the economy. It takes several months for that to happen. So I think the next couple months will be probably kind of a difficult period, but after that I think we will start to see some very good times ahead for America. So anyway, Jan and I just want to wish you a super great new year and optimistic new year, and good things lie ahead. So keep up your spirits, and take care.